What's up everyone, welcome to another video. I woke up this morning and a lot of people texted me, messaged me and sent me the link of articles about H1B Visa Extension, H1B Visa Suspension. So that's what we're going to talk about. Two main things we're going to talk about. One, H1B Visa petition filed for increasing the unemployed days from 60 to 180 days. And the second one is a letter sent to President Trump from US tech workers nonprofit organization to suspend H1B visa for 2020. Let's get started. Before we get started, I'm referring to, I researched on many articles and I'm going to put the link of all the articles which I researched for this video. So you can go and read the entire articles if you want. If not, just watch this video and hopefully you will get the full information from here. For people who don't know anything about H1B visa, H1B visa is used for international students, international audience, international workers who are in United States. It gives them a legal way to work in United States. It's a work permit, it's a work visa for international people to stay in the United States. There are two things we're going to talk about. The first one is the petition to increase the unemployed days from 60 to 180 days, and that's what we're going to start with. So typically when you get a H1B visa, it's approved for 3 years, and within that 3 years you have your job and you have visa for 3 years. And when you lose your job, if you get laid off, if you get fired, if you happen to lose your job, then you have 60 days of unemployment days, which means 60 days you cannot, you're allowed to live in United States without any job for 60 days. Within that 60 days, you need to find another job and an employer who will be willing to sponsor your visa or take over your existing H1B visa. A little bit more detail by giving you an example. Let's say you got your visa, H1B visa approved in January 2020. You will have it will expire in January 2023 in most cases. So during that time you are working, and let's say if you happen to lose your job in January 2021, from there you will have 60 days to stay unemployed. Let's say it took you 45 days to get a new job. Now your days remaining of unemployed is 15 days. So let's say you found a new job in 2021, you're continuing your job, but in 2021 again for some reason something happened and you lost your job again. Now you only have 15 days to find another job who will sponsor your visa and all of those things. So that is what unemployed days is. It's not that if you lose your job second time, it's going to start the counter of 60 days again. Okay, now that you understand the context behind it, let's get into the news of extension. As you know already that 3.3 million people have lost their job in the United States. A lot of them are H1B visa employees, and also this article says that a lot of companies have told H1B employees that they are in the top of the list if they have to lay off more people or if they have to lay off people, which means that there is a possibility that a lot of H1B people will be laid off, and if they're laid off then they only have 60 days to find a job. And as you know that recession has hit in 2020. I mean, there's no jobs available already. So many people have all lost a job. So what is this extension saying? That instead of 60 days, can we increase this to 180 days? And that's the petition they have filed already to White House on the website. It is right now having 20,000 signatures. While I'm making this video, it needs 100,000 signatures before White House responds to it or considers responding to this petition or to see this petition. So that's where the status is. We don't know if this is going to be approved. We don't know what is going to happen. Regardless, that is basically the whole gist of the extension of unemployed days. Hopefully we will have that 100,000 signatures on the petition and White House will respond to this. I really hope that they consider doing this and they look into this, and hopefully they will extend. Even if they extend it from anything above 60 days, maybe 120 days, 150 days, if not 180 days, I think that'll be helpful, which is, the 180 days is 6 months. I think that's plenty of time for someone to find a new job and to get a sponsor again. So I totally agree with this petition, and I hope they consider it, and I hope this gets passed. Okay, let's talk about the second one, which is a little scarier, and I don't agree with this thing. So this is from US Tech Workers, a non-profit organization who claims to be an American worker representative who believes to hire Americans rather than international workers. So what they are saying is that since there's so many unemployment, since there are 3.3 million people who have lost a job and probably more, we want to suspend. So they have wrote a letter to President Trump saying that we want to suspend H1B visa and H2 visa. So the letter says we have written a letter asking that H1B and H2B visa program to be suspended for this year due to economic fallout from the coronavirus. Letters have been sent to the office of the president, to his chief of staff, to all the members of Congress. The total number of H1B visa gets approved every year is 85,000. H2 visas are the farmer visa. It's a visa for farmers who are international farmers who are working in the United States. That's 35,000. So if you do the total math, it's 120,000 international employee which gets approved every single year. So what they're saying is that since 3.3 million people have already lost their job, we want to keep 120,000. We don't want to approve 120,000 visas more to add international workers in our country. We want American people to take the job, and we don't want international audience to take our job. That's basically the gist of what they are trying to say. If you read further, it says we urge you to pause the H1B visa program that would bring in 85,000 workers this year and suspend the recently approved addition of 35,000 workers for H2B visa. Overall, the importation of workers should be undertaken with the great caution during the period of tremendous uncertainty. Further, it says battling both pandemic and the resulting fallout of our economy from the coronavirus is no time to approve employment visas for more foreign work. And you can read further in the article, but that's basically the gist of it, that they want to somehow control that 120,000 employees in this recession, in this economic crisis, and give those jobs to American rather than international audience. Now, if you ask me what do you think, I don't think that this will happen. I feel President Trump values international talent. I think he values international community. I definitely think that he will not do something like this. This is just a letter sent to them. It's not a petition, it's a law, something filed or even in the progress state or anything like that. It's just a letter sent to them. I strongly feel that he will not do something like this. So if you are worried about something like this, don't be worried. I don't think he's gonna take such drastic measure at such time. He probably wants this is the time where all the countries needs to work together, and he's not gonna take such drastic action for different countries and going against the international community. That's just my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, and he might do something like this. I don't think, as far as I know, I think he has a very good relationship with a lot of international community. I don't think he'll do something like that. Alright, I will leave the link in the description for all the articles I read, but basically that's the gist of both the articles. I'll keep you updated if I get any new news or if I hear anything, if they are changing anything. One of my friends says plan for the worst and hope for the best. I really hope that we plan for the worst. If worst case situation happens, then what you need to do, and let's hope for the best scenario. That is it for this one. I hope this was helpful. Until our next one, keep smiling and keep hustling. Gotta hustle every single day.